we're going into a new year. I always try to track finances and all that good stuff. And so I spent a bunch of time going through all the latest and greatest iOS apps and desktop apps and just seeing what is out there, what's new. And so I'll just give you real quick. There's one, Tim, you would love this one, actually. I'm not joking. It's called Kubera, Kubera.com. It's more like spreadsheet style, but it ties in all of your banks and it also ties in all of your cryptocurrency as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like a net worth tracker. And it's very simple, but very powerful. It's beautiful. It's awesome. And
that's a cool screenshot on the main website.
On the website? Yeah, it's like super, super simple. It's just more of like how am I doing net worth wise across a bunch of different assets.
That's cool.
On the day-to-day budgeting side, killer iOS app that I just fell in love with is called Copilot. So you can go to copilot.money. Sadly, there's no Android or desktop app yet, but they say that's coming. And then lastly, Mint. Old school Mint. I hated Mint for years and years and years. Horrible app. The reason I hate it is because it was packed with ads all over the place. And my buddy was like, hey, you need to check out Mint again.
They need an NFT.
Seriously, ad free. But it's gotten so much better. So if you gave up on Mint a while ago, it's time to go back and take another look because they completely redesigned it and it's a lot better. But Copilot.money is my favorite on iOS. And Kubera for overarching kind of net worth tracking is the go-tos.
Amazing.
And I've tried probably 24 of them over the last month or so.
Let me ask a silly question. I know you're not scraping by. You're doing pretty well. What do you find you are more fluent with budgeting apps?
I don't budget.
Than anyone I know. Well, what do you consider this then?
Well,
is it just so you can swim in your pool of money like Scrooge McDuck and do the backstroke? What is it that you like about the tracking?
Well, I would say that for most people, it's going to be about the general budgeting. For me, I don't want to say, this sounds really like bougie or whatever, but like I have someone that does budgeting to make sure we're on track and stuff like.
Yeah.
Not that we need, like, I just want to know if I'm spending too much money on wine or on travel or on like, at the end of the year, it's always nice to sit down and be like, okay, here's what we did. Here's how our stocks did. Here's how our crypto did. I just kind of like having that holistic view. And then also like, how much are we spending on the kind of more stuff that we could dial back on a little bit, like on the crazy wines or the travel or whatever it may be. So it's that's what it is for me.
So it tracks. Now, if we look at, say, Kubera,
that's not going to be your budgeting.
That's assets.
Yeah, that's assets. It's just like overarching, like all of your different banks, brokerage, stocks, currencies. It's like almost like a spreadsheet, but better. It just pulls in all of the data. It has all the right connections.
Got it.
That is the go-to dashboard just to see how am I doing across the board. If you're one of these people that has a 401k here and some Robinhood crypto over here and Fidelity here and Wealthfront there, like it'll bring it all together under one roof so you can see everything.
Cool. Dig it.
It is really cool. It's the best. Just, I want to see how I'm doing. It's cool.
What I've also heard great things about, also from listeners, and full disclosure, they do sponsor the podcast, but I did a lot of vetting and reached out to, Ramit Sethi and reached out to Mr. Money Mustache, if you know who that is, and a number of folks.
I just had Ramit at my house 2 days ago, by the way.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was in town.
He's so fun. He's a great guy. And you need a budget, YNAB.
Oh, YNAB.
Yeah, YNAB.
Yeah, YNAB is fantastic.
Yeah.
I should have included that. It's old school. It's been out for a long time, but YNAB for people that are, if you're really into budgeting, I'd say YNAB is like for the hardcore. Copilot, I would say it's not, they don't have the desktop app, so you can't really get as deep, but it's Copilot is more, I think it's a better interface.
Yeah. I don't always judge products this way, but I look at the level of cult following, like how intense is the cult following, and YNAB, like people put it on their license plates, when they buy a car for cash for the first time or pay off a house, or it's pretty awesome to see just how loyal and dedicated a lot of these folks are. I will also check out Kubera. That's super interesting. I do most of this stuff on on desktop. So I could use something that would actually tie lots together simply. So I'll take a look at that one as well.
And I use things like Copilot and Mint. You know, you say budgeting, like, you're right. I don't really pay a ton of attention to that. But if they do things like big purchase detection, and they'll send you a push notification. So if you do have fraud or something weird going on, you get a push and you're like, oh, wait a second, did I actually buy that? You know, it's always nice to have little things like that.